Listen up, marching on together army. Your boys got 3 absolutely massive bombs to drop on you today, and trust me, after hearing what I'm about to tell you, you'll be pacing around your living room like you've just necked 10 cups of coffee before a derby match. We're talking about financial warfare that's got our hierarchy sweating bullets, a striker situation that's got medical experts raising red flags, and a free agent opportunity that could either be pure genius or complete madness. The Whites are dancing on a tightrope between Premier League glory and absolute chaos, and every single decision made in the next few weeks could determine whether we're singing "We All Love Leeds" in May or crying into our scarves. Picture this: while our rivals are throwing money around like they've just won the lottery, our boys are playing chess in a game where everyone else is playing checkers. But here's the kicker: some genius moves might just be setting us up for the perfect storm, while others, well, let's just say they might have us all reaching for the tissues. Smash that like button if you're ready to dive headfirst into this emotional roller coaster. Drop a comment telling me which story has got you most worried, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you even doing with your life? Hit that notification bell because the Whites faithful need to stick together through whatever madness is coming our way. But first, let me tell you about the financial bombshell that's got Parag Marav himself admitting we're walking a tightrope that could either catapult us to greatness or send us tumbling into a nightmare. Right, Whites faithful, here comes the first punch to the gut. While everyone's been wondering why Sunderland are spending money like there's no tomorrow and we're shopping in the bargain bin, Parag Marav has just dropped a truth bomb that explains everything. Those Mackems have splashed $121.6 million this summer, while we've kept it tight at 73 at third. $5 million! That's nearly $48 million less. And before you start losing your minds thinking we're being cheap, listen to this absolute masterclass in financial strategy that might just save our Premier League dreams. Here's the reality check that'll either give you hope or send you into complete panic mode. We're much more limited by PSR than Sunderland, and there's a bloody good reason why. Our wage bill was sitting pretty at $84 million in 2023-24, while theirs was a measly $31 million. Our player transfer amortization, a whopping $59 million compared to their pathetic $4 million. What does this mean for us marching on together warriors? We got a squad that's already closer to being Premier League ready than those Northeast pretenders. Daniel Farke has been building an experienced squad with an average age of 26. 3 years, seasoned fighters who know what it takes to battle in the top flight. But here's where it gets absolutely terrifying. We lost $61 million in 2023-24 alone, and our PSR limit for the 3-year period is around $60 million. We're walking on the edge of a financial cliff, and one wrong move could set us up for big problems in the future. The genius part: Marav and the hierarchy might just be playing the long game here. Sure, Sunderland might look flashy now with their shiny new toys, but we've built a battle-tested army with warriors like Lucas Mecha, Jacques Bijol, and Anton Stack, all seasoned professionals who know what it takes to survive in the Premier League trenches. But wait until you hear about the striker situation that's got medical experts worried and could either be our salvation or our biggest mistake. Whites faithful, if you thought the financial situation was stressful, wait until you hear about this absolute chaos brewing in our striker department, with Patrick Bamford potentially on his way out and Lucas and Mecha not being brought in as a regular starter. Daniel Farke is desperately hunting for a number 9 who can lead our line consistently. Enter Mehdi Taremi, the 33-year-old Iran international who's currently at Inter Milan. But here's where this story takes a turn that'll have you questioning everything. This isn't just about signing a striker. This is about gambling with a player who comes with more red flags than a communist parade. Dr. Rajpal Brar, a specialist injury expert, has just dropped a bombshell that should have every Leeds fan sweating. Leeds may take a closer look at his adductor injuries, namely if it's a repeat injury and if surgery may be required. This is particularly the case for sports hernias. If he needs surgery, it could throw a spanner in the works of any potential transfer. Think about this madness for a second. Marching on together army. Taremi played 26 Serie A games last season and scored just 1 goal. 1 bloody goal. he missed 4 games because of adductor injuries, and at 33 years old, age is definitely not on his side when it comes to adapting to the Premier League's brutal intensity. This is where Farke's desperation might be clouding his judgment. We're potentially looking at signing a striker who earns $50,000 a week, has injury concerns that could require surgery, and whose recent form at Inter Milan has been absolutely shocking. His record shows 43 games and only 3 goals. Compare that to his Porto days where he was banging them in left, right and center. The medical team at Elland Road must be having sleepless nights over this one. Are we really going to stake our Premier League survival on a 33-year-old striker with dodgy adductors who couldn't hit a barn door at Inter Milan? The physicality and pace of the Premier League could absolutely destroy a player with his injury history. But here's what's really got me pulling my hair out. While we're potentially gambling on damaged goods, there's a free agent sitting out there who could be the answer to our prayers or the final nail in our coffin. Whites faithful, prepare yourselves for the final twist in this emotional roller coaster that could either see us celebrating in the streets or drown in our sorrows at the local pub. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yes, that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is days away from becoming a free agent after Besiktas terminated his contract, and guess who's reportedly made an offer for his services? That's right, our mighty Whites have thrown their hat into the ring for this 31-year-old midfielder who brings 35 foreign England caps and 235 Premier League appearances to the table. Daniel Farke sees him as the perfect utility player who can slot into multiple positions and provide that tactical flexibility we desperately need for our Premier League campaign. Now, before you all start losing your minds, let me paint you the full picture of what we're dealing with. Oxlade-Chamberlain has been training with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first team in Istanbul despite being a free agent since July, which shows he's kept himself in decent shape. His career stats read like a proper Premier League warrior. 198 appearances for Arsenal, 146 for Liverpool where he won the Champions League, and even his recent stint at Besiktas shows 50 appearances with 5 goals. This could be the masterstroke that Farke has been planning all along. Think about it. Marching on together army. We get a versatile midfielder who can play across the park, offer leadership to our younger players, and bring that Premier League experience that money can't buy. His work rate would suit Farke's high-pressing system perfectly, and at free transfer, the financial risk is absolutely minimal. But here's where it gets interesting, and potentially terrifying. Are we gambling on a player who failed to make an impression at Besiktas? Is this a desperate move by a club that's running out of options, or is it a calculated risk that could pay dividends? Oxlade-Chamberlain's dynamism and adaptability could be exactly what we need to maintain consistency and push for that crucial mid-table finish that would secure our Premier League status. The Whites faithful are divided on this one, and I can see why. On one hand, we're getting proven Premier League quality for nothing. On the other hand, we're taking a punt on a player who couldn't cut it in Turkey. It's the kind of signing that could either have us singing his name from the South Stand or wondering what the hell we were thinking come Christmas. Whites faithful, after dropping these 3 absolute bombs on you, I need you to take a step back and look at the bigger picture of what's happening at our beloved Elland Road. We've got Parag Murata playing financial chess while our rivals play checkers, potentially gambling on an injury-prone striker and considering a free agent who could either be our savior or our biggest mistake. The truth is, marching on together army, we're witnessing Daniel Farke and a hierarchy make decisions that could define not just this season, but the future of our club for years to come. The financial constraints have forced us to be smarter, more calculated, and potentially more successful than clubs who are throwing money around like confetti. Think about this for a second. While Sunderland are spending 121 $6 million on youngsters who might crumble under Premier League pressure, we're building a squad of experienced warriors who know what it takes to survive in the top flight. Lucas Nmecha, Xhaka Bijou, Anton Stack, these aren't just signings, they're investments in Premier League survival. But the striker situation and the Oxlade-Chamberlain gamble show that we're still willing to take calculated risks when the opportunity arises. Whether these moves pay off or blow up in our faces will determine if we're celebrating survival or planning for another championship campaign. The bottom line, White's faithful, is this: Fark and Murata are betting everything on experience over youth, strategy over spending, and calculated risks over safe options. It's either going to be the season we look back on as the foundation for years of Premier League stability, or the summer we made all the wrong decisions at the worst possible time. Smash that like button if you think these moves could be genius. Drop a comment telling me which signing has got you most excited or worried, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because this transfer window is far from over. But here's the question that's keeping me awake at night, and I want every single one of you marching on together, warriors, to answer in the comments. Are we building a Premier League survival machine, or are we gambling everything on players who might not be good enough when it really matters? We all love Leeds.